Okay, now it's recording.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop at one. Okay, so it says it's recording. Okay. Good morning, Angela. What brings you in the office today?
Good morning. What brings me in the office today is I'm going back to school and I'm having a hard time deciding or coping with being a mother at the same time, being a full-time mother at the same time.
Okay. What would you like to see happen when we finish up our counseling sessions?
What I like to see happen is me to have the balance of doing both roles, being a mother and a student, and just being able to take care of all that needs to be taken care of.
Okay. Do you feel as of right now you don't have those qualities?
I feel like I lack the quality of spending time with each individual, like my kids. I feel like I need to spend the time with both of them at the same. No, what am I saying? I feel like I need to divide my time equally with both of them.
Okay. And so, because of the qualities that you feel like you lack, tell me about some of your parenting strengths and skills that you feel like you have.
My parenting skills. I feel like I'm a great mother to my children. The skills that I have, I tend to their needs and everything that I take care of them. I clothe them, I feed them, and all that good stuff.
Okay. By the kids being older, do you feel that you've taught them about independence?
Yes, I do feel like I taught them about independence. Now that they're at an older age, they are more independent in doing things for themselves, like clothing themselves, and they're teenagers, so obviously they know how to clothe themselves and um, do their own homework and stuff like that.
Okay. So, what can make things a little bit better for you where you feel more comfortable going back to school?
Um, what would make things more comfortable for me to go back to school? I would say just having more of a support system in place.
Okay. So, let's talk a little bit about your support system. Who are your supports right now and how do they help you?
My siblings are a big help, as well as my parents. Their grandparents are a big help to me. Um, they help me with everything I need when it comes to my children.
Okay. Do you think your kids are a support system as well?
Absolutely.
And how do they help you?
They help me with um, chores around the house um, and things like that.
Okay. So, from what I'm hearing, it seems like you have brought them up to be very independent children. And it seems like as though you believe that they will be independent enough where they will be able to, suffice while you are back in school. Do you think they will be able to help you with your work?
Yes.
Okay. And just asking, what do you plan on going to school for?
I plan on going to school to do criminal justice.
Okay. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your confidence that you will be able to attain this degree without taking away time from your children, without having to sacrifice communication, sacrifice family outings, um, things like that?
I feel like, wait, say that question one more time.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your confidence that you will be able to obtain your degree without taking anything away from your children?
I feel like a 7.5.
Okay.
I feel like I'm still learning how to manage them both. So I feel like I don't want to take away from what they're like my I don't want to take away from them having quality time with me, but at the same time, I do want to further my education.
Okay. So, do you think a schedule would help you with?
Yes, definitely a schedule.
Okay. And what would that schedule look like?
I would say the schedule would look like maybe Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, helping, well, doing schoolwork. And then Tuesday and Thursday would be devoted strictly to my children, and the weekends devoted to my children and their needs and all that stuff.
Okay. Now I'm going to backtrack back to your support system. I know their father has been of little to almost no assistance with the children. Do you think that if he was around and be able to be of more support, that would help you with your concern about going back to school?
Yes, it would if he was in the picture. We talk here and there, but he's in another state, so that's what brings a strain on his relationship with his children.
Okay. So what can you do to make sure that once you finish school, once you start school, that you actually finish school?
Just staying motivated, um, putting that effort in, um, not being so hard on myself, and just keeping a positive mindset.
Okay. Do you think communication will be important with your children?
Definitely communication would be important. I feel like talking to them as much as I can and seeing how they're doing, just loving on them and being nurturing and stuff, um, would help with that.
Okay. So if your children were here today, what might they say about you going back to school?
I feel like they support me 100%. They feel like me going back to school would help them in a major way because they're almost at that age to be starting college and all that stuff. So college takes money. So going back to school and getting my degree would help further their education in a way too.
I agree with that. I feel as though you going back to school and getting your degree will better make your future successful along with their future successful. It also shows them independence once again, which you demonstrated here throughout this time that we've been talking is that that's a big thing. One of your good parenting skills that you possess is showing independence, showing your children that you're motivated even through the tough times with having almost no support, um, that you're still motivated, you're independent, and you're showing them what it is to be successful. So, my next question is, how do you think your children will react to the changes that we've discussed here today? The changes are, you definitely going back to school. They probably are used to you, being there every day, being able to talk to them every day, being able to entertain them every day, being able to do outings with them all the time. With the changes of you now going back to school, of course, that's going to take away some of that time. do you think your children are going to be okay with that, or do you think they're going to struggle with that change?
I think they are going to, I think they're just going to adjust to the change. I feel like it will get some getting used to get used to. I don't know if I said that right, but I feel like they'll be okay because
That's
they're older, so it's a lot easier being able to adjust a new schedule with them. I feel like if they were kids, then that would probably get some used to because kids need their mom more often. Yeah.
That's correct. Younger kids too. That is true. So with going back to school, have you decided if you're going to be taking online classes or are you going to be going directly onto the campus?
I will be doing mostly online classes with the state that we're in now with the pandemic. I have no choice. So I feel like I'll be doing mostly online, which would be helpful because I can still tend to my children and get their needs,
Of
whatever needs that they need. Yeah. So
of
yeah.
course, online classes will definitely make things a lot easier. I know speaking from a personal perspective, um, I took online courses and it made everything a lot easier for me, especially with my children. I was able to, be in the home more. I was able to be here, be at home every day at a respectable or reasonable time for them. So it changed our dynamics, but it didn't cause a huge change in our routine and our schedule and things like that because they were online. I didn't have to physically go into.
Right.
So my final question for you today is, before we end our session, is I just want to ask you a different type of question. I want you to imagine a time in the future where the problem is solved and there are no more barriers. So when this happens, what will be changed that will tell you that, you know, your future has happened or that you graduated or, you know.
I feel like things will go a lot smoother. The stress of me being in school won't be on me as much, and my children will be all grown up, and I won't have to be s- be I won't have to what am I trying to say? They'll be more independent basically, and they won't need me as much. I feel like with those two things being out of the way, my schooling and my children, I guess at this time they would probably be out of the house or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, Angela. Well, I appreciate you for coming in today to see me. I would definitely like to at least see you maybe one more time. I feel
Yes,
like
ma'am.
we discussed a lot today. I feel like you've shown, your skills and your strengths, especially with your children. I feel like you know what you want. You know what has to be done to get to that point. I feel like you just need to be able to see, that you do possess the strengths and the skills to go back to school and be that parent, that full-time parent for your children. I feel like
Absolutely.
your children are 100% prepared for this change. One thing I do want to do maybe next time when you come in is to possibly bring your children with you, just so we can talk to them to see how they feel about it. I know you said that, they are supportive of you, but sometimes children do have their own ideas and there may be some things that they're uncomfortable with saying to you that they want to say before you take this journey. So
Mhm.
I just would like to speak with them and possibly talk to them about um, what they feel is going to happen with this change. But other than that, I appreciate you for coming in and we'll be talking again soon. Thank you, Angela.
No problem. I feel like that would be a great idea for me to bring the children in. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Now, I was gonna say, Professor, we're gonna just switch roles.
Switch roles. Yeah.
We're gonna switch roles, and I'm gonna be her role play partner.
Okay. All right. Okay. What? Okay. Well, good afternoon. Now it's gonna be good afternoon. Josie, what is your problem from how you perceive it?
So I feel like my problem is that I've been in a depressed state, which has taken me to the point of drinking heavily. The reason being is because of job issues, financial issues that have come upon my family. Um, I want to be able to change that because it's taking a toll on not only my husband, not only me, but also on my children. My children are working. Well, one of my children are working, but it's not enough to pay the bills. Well, to help pay the bills, and I feel like their money shouldn't be involved in that. So I perceive my problem to be a dangerous problem because it's leading me in the wrong path for destruction.
Okay. How do you see our problem, and how can you define the most significant issue you have? Well, you kind of answered that a little.
Yes. I
Yeah.
feel like the most significant issue I have right now is going to be the depression and the drinking. I feel like it's most significant because it's affecting me the most. It's affecting me with especially with my children, because they're not used to seeing their mother drinking all of the time, behaving in this inappropriate way. So it's definitely taking a toll on them, even though they're older. Um, it's taking a toll on them more because they're older, because they actually understand what's going on. I feel like
Right.
if they were younger, they wouldn't understand much. They wouldn't know, exactly what was going on. But because they're older, they definitely understand a lot more. So it's definitely taking a toll on them. Also, it's taking a toll on my husband. So I would say that those two are the most significant issues for me, because they're just the toll is taking it so strong.
Definitely. And you said the toll is taken on you and your husband. How do you feel like um your husband feels about the way you've been drinking and things of that nature?
Um, I don't know. I feel, we talk some, so I feel like he's angry with me. Just because he knows this is not in my character. He knows this is not something that he's used to seeing. But I
Mhm.
also feel like he's sad as well, because he wants to help, but he doesn't know how to help. So I think that's one of the main reasons that brought me into, seeking services today, is just because I see how it's affecting them, and I see, how it's affecting our relationship as husband and wife. So I know that, a part of him is angry, but a part of him is sad too. Probably even feel, hopeless, because he's not able to help like he would love to.
Right. What are the people or things in your life that are a source of your problem?
Um, so I don't believe there's people, or people in my life that are making that has caused this problem. It was more so my job. Um, I was let go because of money issues that they thought that I caused. So it basically, my job caused a fall in our income. It caused our income to decrease a lot, to a one parent income. And that's hard when you have two adults and three almost grown children living with you. So there are a lot of bills. So I feel like the main issue is my job.
Right. How does your problem make you feel?
So I feel like my problem makes me feel depressed, which is why I feel like I'm going through this depression state. It makes me feel sad. It makes me feel angry. It makes me feel helpless because I feel like I'm not able to contribute to my family. I feel like I'm not able to provide my children with the things that they're used to. I feel like I'm letting them down. Um, it doesn't bring me any happiness or great moments.
Okay. When do you feel you are released from the problem?
I feel like I'm released from the problem when I'm drinking. When I'm drinking, I'm not thinking about what's going on with my family. I'm not thinking about the problem of, I'm not thinking about our financial burdens. Um, really not thinking about anything. I'm enjoying it because I don't have to be reminded. Drinking makes it easy for me to forget.
Mhm. When do you, or what makes the issue better at the moment?
What makes the issue better at the moment? Um, Not quite sure. Nothing really. Uh, the only thing that can make the issue better is if I can find a job, and get back to the normalcy of my life or our life. But nothing really is making the issue better besides me drinking because I'm not thinking about the issue.
Right. How do you describe your mood in general?
In general, I would say, without the alcohol, my mood is pretty depressing. Because I'm always thinking, about my family, about the burden that I've caused. I feel like my family is judging me, even though they may not be, but that is just my feeling. So, without the alcohol, I'm pretty in a sad and depressive state. With the alcohol, I'm pretty relaxed. I'm pretty easygoing. Um, I've had happier times when I'm drunk. So it does make me feel a lot better with the alcohol in my system.
Right. How linked do you feel about people around you?
So people around me are currently my family. We do have family outside of just, my husband and kids. So I feel like I'm connected to them. I don't feel like we are as close because of the situation that has happened, because of the things that have happened. But I feel we're close, but not as close.
Right. So there's a lack of communication, not communication, but a lack of, I guess I would say empathy for you.
Correct. Yes, empathy. Um,
Yeah.
my husband, he sometimes he's angry with me. So in this situation, especially with my drinking, has caused him to kind of see me in a different light. So I think that's taken a toll on him. So it kind of has taken us away from each other. And that's one of the reasons why, I kind of wanted to get some help because I'm not used to the relationship that we have now. We've always had a pretty good relationship. We've always been pretty close. So by us not being as close right now, it's really hurting me and it's hurting my family as well.
Right. And what are the positive changes you want to make in your life?
Positive changes I want to make in my life is definitely to get back to working. Um, Definitely to stop drinking as much. Um, you know, I have started a little bit on not drinking as much. So trying to get, not drinking, trying to get out of this depressive state is definitely some positive changes that I want to make.
Okay. Are your parents alcoholics?
No, my parents are not alcoholics. We've had previous or other family members that have been alcoholics, but no, my family are my close, my mother and father, no, they are not alcoholics.
Okay, that's good to know. On a scale of 1 to 10, can you score the condition of your life today? Like where you are at life?
Um, right now, I feel like I'm probably about at a 6, maybe 7. in life, just because, I expected to be doing more in life at this point, and losing my job has definitely set me back some. So I feel like until I can get, my job back and get my family back to, you know, a good state, as far as communication wise, togetherness wise, and income wise. I feel like right now my life is okay, but it definitely could be a better life.
Absolutely. How quickly do you need to change in your condition?
I feel like I need to change quickly just because I know, one, my husband is, growing thin with the way things are. And I don't want to lose him. I know my children are starting to see how these things, especially with my drinking, is affecting me, affecting my relationship with them. So I would like to change as quickly as possible.
Okay. What efforts have you made to make the change in your life?
Well, for one, as far as my job, I've been applying for different jobs and I have a couple of different interviews coming up. So that's really excited for me. That's really been exciting for me, to see that I can still, be able to get a job even with what's going on at my previous job. Um, in regards to my drinking, I was a heavy drinker, to the point of alcoholism. So I am now, I still drink, but it's not an everyday thing. It's maybe a few days out of the week. It's still noticeable with my family, but it has, shrunken down
Agree.
a lot. Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Did you succeed in the efforts? Why or why not?
I feel like I've succeeded in my efforts, just because I know my family has noticed a lot of changes, um, that have been good with me. So I feel like I've succeeded.
Okay. What is your attitude about change? Like, are you looking forward to it? Is it something that you don't want or do want?
Well, I feel like change is going to happen. I feel like it's inevitable. Change is around us every day. Something's changing every second, every day of the moment. So I feel like, why not embrace change? I feel like change can be good. Sometimes change can be bad. But in my case, I'm hoping that change is good. So I embrace it. I welcome it. I hope it puts me on a better path to what I'm on now. So I'm liking the idea of change.
That's good. Last question. What repeated experience do you have that hindered you from achieving your goals?
I feel like the only thing that can probably stop me from achieving my goals is my continuous drinking. I feel like if I continue to drink, I will go down a hole. I feel like I will become a alcoholic. And I feel like it would definitely tear away, from my family. And I feel like if my family leaves, that would definitely hinder me from achieving any goal that I set myself to.
Okay. All right. Well, it was nice speaking to you, Josie, about your conditions and what you're going through. I feel like we should take more steps into you maybe tracking your intake of alcohol, maybe through like an app or something like that, um, so that you can lessen it and slowly become sober.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I'm sure there's an app for that, or you can monitor it yourself. Maybe get a journal or something and start seeing if you can slowly get away from turning to alcohol all the time.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.